right now. One of our favorite guys here on the Ruthless Variety program is a gentleman by the name of Daniel Bassali. Been a good friend, one of the better guys in this town. You take note.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You're somebody who, does things the right way. This guy certainly does. He's working with AFP on a One Small Step campaign that I want to get to in a minute. Daniel, how are you, sir?
Doing well. It's an honor to be here. I'm a big fan. Thanks for having me.
Listen, it's an absolute pleasure. I couldn't help but notice that you've brought some orange cans here.
Yeah.
And other assorted packs. What's the story behind this beer?
Yeah. So this is from the Brewing Project, with a K, by the way, from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. It's run by a guy by the name of Will Glass. We partnered with Will. His story's unbelievable. You guys are going to get a kick out of this. So, Will, let's open them up.
Let's do it.
So, Will and his wife had a bar in Eau Claire. Really popular, local small business.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, we like to
There
do
we
that.
go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the
There we
messier
go.
the better here on the program.
Let's have some fun.
Well, that's
Yeah,
good.
let's
That
go.
is very good.
Yeah.
It really is.
So, Will and his wife had a bar in Eau Claire, and they wanted to open up a brewery. And
Good Scotty people, right?
Yeah.
A brewery. That's
Yeah.
like you basically either make cheese or you brew
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah,
That's
just good people from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So you would think the state of Wisconsin would have this down right, but the alcohol distribution laws there were antiquated. Really a kind of classic case of crony capitalism right there. Just really against the little guy. So get this, because they had the bar, they couldn't open up the brewery according to the law. And a state official actually recommended to Will that he divorce his wife and disown his kids in order to open up the brewery.
That's crazy.
He ended up not doing that, thankfully. Good job, Will. But he actually had to
Morality aside, that sounds expensive.
he actually had to act as a volunteer. He gave his dad the brewery to operate. They were losing hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. He had to just eat that just to keep this standing up. We heard the story through Senator Ron Johnson.
Yeah.
Eric Bott out in Wisconsin got involved with Will, and we rallied the breweries in Wisconsin and their customers, and you can imagine that's quite a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we built a movement. We changed the law. The brewery's doing great now, and we get to enjoy some of the spoils from that.
Nice, man,
and you
that's-
guys got a beer drinking coalition in Wisconsin now?
That's right.
I don't know
That's
how
right.
you lose an
Powerful-
election.
Powerful base.
I don't know how
Yeah.
you lose an election. That's incredible. Well, thank you. What's it called again? It's
The Brewing Project with a K. And by the way,
Brewing
the
Project.
flavors, I'm not going to lie, guys. I was really nervous about bringing this to y'all because they gave me carrot cake.
yeah, which I was skeptical of. I
Yeah.
got to tell you, it's delicious.
It's really good. I guess it's called a pastry ale. I've never heard about that before. But yeah, it's not bad.
It's delicious.
Yeah, this is a German chocolate stout.
Oh boy,
Outstanding.
Dessert
Oh, boy.
beer.
Yeah.
A
You should
new
have-
category.
You should have about 12 of those and see what happens.
Yeah.
Stick around, folks.
Right.
Listen, I want to get to what you're actually working on in your day
Yeah.
job beyond making people in
Drinking
Wisconsin.
in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This One Small Step campaign.
Yeah.
Give me the gist. It's surrounded by America 250. I know a big part of what you all do is trying to ensure that through you, your volunteer base, everybody affiliated through AFP around the country has an adequate opportunity to express their feeling this country is a great country.
Yeah.
And there's so much of it we've covered in this episode, raining down from the left that is attempting to try to, I think in your words, to try to convince us that we're ordinary or substandard in some possible way. You're fighting it back against all of that. Tell me what you all are up to.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible that we actually have to make the case that America is a good country, that we have done great things in this world, and that our 250th anniversary is something to celebrate. But we are AFP. We do believe in taking action. We don't want to just use the 250th anniversary as a time to celebrate with fireworks and with Franks and with, flyovers. That's all great stuff. We should do all that. But this is really a key inflection point for our country to really define who we are and where we're going next. Mm-hmm. And that's what this campaign is about. We want to establish that what makes this country special is our principles, those founding principles as we found in the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and our people. Because that pioneering spirit that we've had, that we've shown for 250 years, we want to carry that forward. And the risk is, if people don't believe that those things are special, our principles are our people, they're not going to be willing to fight for it. Yeah. And that's a warning for us, because if they're not willing to fight for it, we might lose the very thing that makes us special.
Yeah, totally. And what I love about what you guys are doing is that, look, you do a ton of stuff in elections. You do a ton of stuff on the policy front, making sure people understand how things affect their family, get volunteers to go talk to their friends, do it at a very local level, which is extremely unique, and then you do it ongoing.
Yeah.
You know, it never stops. This particular one really sings to me because I think you're right in that if you don't get the building block, right, the cornerstone of a belief within this country for the next generation that you are a part of something special, all of it is just sort of decoration on an otherwise shitty cake.
Yeah. And you said next generation, and it reminded me of a lot of your Zoomer talk over here. But like the reality is, Gallup poll found that 58% of Americans say that they're proud to be an American. Mm-hmm. That's at an all-time low. And it's, it fluctuates with politics, of course, and who's in power, but it's been steadily declining for 2 decades.
Can't have it.
No. And with young people, that number's in the low 40s. So It's getting even worse and worse. And, to us, if we can educate Americans about those founding principles, inspire them to take action on those principles and mobilize them for a movement for freedom, build that movement from the ground up. That's our objective with One Small Step, and it starts here a year out from the 250th anniversary.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so smart, and I'm so glad you're doing this because the knowledge of American history is just lacking among the younger generations. And, a lot of people blame schools, and I think they probably bear a large part of the reason why. But we did a special program on July 4th, and we walked through some of our favorite memories from American history. George W. Bush at the wreckage after 9/11 and leading this country back. Trump saying, fight, fight, fight. A lot of people were talking about Jesse Owens. We were talking about the first in flight. We were talking about Man on the Moon. I wonder if you have a favorite moment from American history that you're like, man, people need to know about this because it really gets you pumped up.
Well, I always like to, and you guys brought this up, even though I don't think it made it into the top 10, George W. Bush's first pitch at the World Series.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Incredible.
Goosebumps every time.
Yep.
I love watching it. I love the way that this country rallied around ourselves and our identity.
Yeah, you got 80% of people in the stands in New York that did not cast a ballot for the guy, right?
Yeah.
But you're 30 days removed from the biggest terrorist attack on American soil, and everybody was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
We're all in. This is this country, and we're all on the same team. Like, that kind of mentality is perfect for not only what you said, but what goes into the work you're doing now for America 250.
Well, and it's so important because so much of the left only talks about American history as an opportunity to talk shit about America.
Yeah.
Right? Like these people on the left, they don't talk about the history as the history or the great accomplishments or like what we've inherited from our forefathers. It's only an opportunity to criticize America today.
Yeah, what have we done wrong?
Yeah. What is this debt that we have that we carry around with us that we have to make good on?
Yeah.
And guys, the really fun thing that I think we're trying to do with this is show Americans that it doesn't take some hero figure to make a meaningful difference in their community, in the country. When you look at all those examples that you guys were sharing, oftentimes, as we think about historical figures, they feel larger than life, that they were always that big, that extraordinary person who met the moment and reached that significant accomplishment. But the truth is, I know you guys talked about Neil Armstrong, suburb from kid from the suburbs of Ohio. I mean, he just played with model airplanes. He then became a pilot by the age of 16, then became the astronaut that he is today. The whole history of America, as you look back at every single one of these transformative figures, Thomas Edison was considered to be too dumb to actually go to school. He was homeschooled, invented the light bulb.
Right.
The Wright brothers, before Neil Armstrong, bike shop owners. They then had this crazy idea of
North
taking,
Carolina or Ohio? You have to
I'm going to
choose.
give it to North Carolina.
Let's go.
It's where it happened. They get the credit for it.
Daniel
Yes.
gets it.
They designed it in Ohio.
But it was only 66 years later that Neil Armstrong stepped on the moon.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's an
That's
only in
nuts.
America story.
Right.
Totally.
That we could actually pioneer from first flight, 59 seconds long, to actually stepping on the moon 66 years later. And that's what our campaign is really inspired by, because those small steps, they happen because of the system of governance that we have, the freedoms and the opportunities that were afforded in this country thanks to those founding principles. So we want to inspire Americans with some of those stories, and then also the stories of people like Will, like others who decided to step up, take on some of that crony rules, take on big government overreach, and really expand freedom for their communities.
Wait, that's crazy. You're telling me there wasn't some sort of government commissar that told the Wright brothers, we want you to fly an airplane? That's crazy.
A flight czar?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, this is really important work. And I mean this sincerely because, I mean, you just know. You look at, I hope we're turning the tide on education, as you were talking about, Ashbrook, but it's a long project, right? But it really comes neighbor to neighbor, neighborhood to neighborhood, community to community, state to state, in underpinning how great this country has been and how great we can be. And that's the work that you guys are doing.
That's our bread and butter. Grassroots, bottom up. And so that's how we're structuring this campaign as well. We're starting with, this is just the start of our campaign, a challenge for every single state chapter, 250,000 steps for freedom. For every single state chapter between now and July 4th of 2026. And those steps could be anything. We're talking about meeting your neighbors, having conversations, signing up petitions to lawmakers, knocking on people's doors, phone banking, attending a rally, being active. Our entire system is dependent on an active citizenry.
Yeah.
That we have civic duty, and that's what gives people the power, not the government.
It's so good. We were talking about this earlier in the show because we were lamenting where the modern left is at this point and saying, like, look, you can't be afraid to go out and talk to your lib neighbor just because they're going to be crazy today. But, like, if you take them out and have a beer, tell them to touch grass every once in a while, you might make an incredible difference in your community.
Maybe one of these carrot cake beers.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe one of these. But that's what you guys do. So where does everybody go if they want to be a part of this?
Yeah, so you can go to takeonesmallstep.com. We have stories of people getting involved. We're also launching a 250 Stories for Freedom initiative.
Nice.
So as people are getting involved, taking steps in their community, we're going to be highlighting that, like stories like Will's and others.
Yeah, listen, incredible project. Keep us updated on that.
Oh, for
Come
sure.
share some more stories. This one's great.
Oh, yeah, we've got a bunch of them.
And it's a pretty good beer, too.
If every story comes with alcohol, we'll definitely have you
All
back
right,
there.
that's raising the bar, but I'll see what we can do.
Listen, there's 50 states to choose from. I'm just saying, there's a lot of entrepreneurialism out there. You are the best. Daniel Bassali, thank you so much for everything you and AFP are doing. TakeOneSmallStep.com.
Yes, that's right.
All right.
TakeOneSmallStep.com. Appreciate you guys having me on the show. Big fan, big honor to be here.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.